Imagine you are lost. The sun has set, and the forests of ancient Japan have turned into a labyrinth of shadows. You are tired, cold, and hungry. Suddenly, through the mist, you hear it. The gentle, melancholic sound of a biwa, a traditional lute. You follow the music, drawn in like a moth to a flame. You find a small hut, or perhaps a beautiful woman sitting by a waterfall. She is breathtaking. Her skin is like porcelain. Her kimono is woven with intricate, golden patterns. She smiles at you, inviting you closer. She offers you warmth. She offers you rest. But look closer. Look at her shadow. It doesn't look human. And by the time you notice the sticky silver threads wrapped around your ankles, it is already too late. You haven't met a woman. You have walked into the lair of the Jorogumo, the binding bride, the whore spider, and tonight, you are the feast. In the vast and terrifying world of Japanese folklore, the Yokai few creatures are as deceptive as the Jorogumo. Unlike Western ghosts that haunt houses, the Jorogumo is a master of camouflage. The name itself carries a dark duality. Written one way in kanji, it means binding bride or entangling bride. Written another way, it translates to something far more vulgar. The whore spider. But a giant spider would scare away its prey. So, the creature learns to shapeshift. It transforms into a beautiful woman-an alluring seductress designed to prey on the weakness of men. She is intelligent, she is cold, and she possesses a hunger that can never be satisfied. But before she becomes a monster, she begins as something small, something real. Legend says that a Jorogumo starts its life as a Golden Orb-Weaver spider. These spiders are real, found across Japan, known for their strong golden webs. However, according to folklore, when a spider lives to be 400 years old, it gains magical powers. It does not die. Instead, it grows. It grows to the size of a cow, or even larger. The most famous tale of this deadly creature takes place at the Jōren Falls in the Izu Peninsula of Shizuoka. Even today, locals respect the power of this waterfall. But centuries ago, it was a place of death. The story tells of a woodcutter. Every day, he would go to the forest to chop wood. One afternoon, he decided to rest by the basin of the waterfall to wash his face and cool down. The water was crystal clear, the air was peaceful. As he sat there, staring into the deep blue water, he felt something strange, a sticky sensation on his leg. He looked down and saw thin, almost invisible silver threads wrapped around his ankle. Most men would have brushed it off, but the woodcutter was experienced. He knew something was wrong. Instinctively, he didn't pull. Instead, he carefully untied the threads from his leg and tied them around a heavy tree stump resting nearby. Suddenly snap. With violent force, the threads tightened. The heavy stump was ripped from the ground and dragged into the depths of the waterfall. The water churned and foamed. The woodcutter stood frozen in terror. Had he not moved the thread, that would have been him. Drowned, eaten. The woodcutter ran. He ran until his lungs burned. When he returned to his village, he was terrified to speak. For in Japanese folklore, knowing a demon's secret can get you killed. But eventually, the fear consumed him, and he warned the other villagers never to go near the falls. From that day on, the locals knew the mistress of the waterfall was not a goddess. She was a Jorogumo. But not everyone listened to the warnings. Years later, a brave or, perhaps, foolish samurai from the Takeda clan heard the rumors of the Jōren Falls. He didn't believe in monsters. He believed in steel. He marched to the waterfall, determined to expose the myth. There, he saw her. A young, stunning woman standing by the water's edge. In her arms, she held what looked like a baby wrapped in cloth. She looked at the samurai with tearful eyes. "Please," she wept, "hold my child for a moment." The samurai, caught off guard by her beauty and distress, reached out. But the moment the bundle was placed in his arms, it became impossibly heavy. It wasn't a child, it was a boulder. Or perhaps a sack of thousands of spider eggs. The weight pinned him to the ground. The woman's smile widened, stretching too far across her face. Her jaw unhinged. Her beautiful kimono tore apart as 8 hairy, jagged legs burst from her back. This version of the story has 2 endings. In one, the samurai manages to cut the threads with his katana and escape, forever haunted by what he saw. In the other, only his sword was found by the riverbank, wrapped in silk. The legend of the Jorogumo is more than just a scary story. It represents a primal fear, the fear of deception, the fear that beauty can mask a deadly intent. In nature, the female spider is often larger and deadlier than the male. She consumes her partner after mating. The Japanese ancients observed this brutal reality and gave it a human face. The Jorogumo doesn't just hunt for food. She hunts for sport. She is patient. She waits for you to come to her. She plays on your trust, your lust, and your curiosity. So, the next time you are walking through the woods and you feel a stray spiderweb brush against your face, don't just brush it away. Stop. Listen. Can you hear the sound of a waterfall? Can you hear the faint strumming of a biwa? If you do, run. And don't look back. Thank you for joining me into the darkness of Japanese folklore. There are thousands of monsters hiding in the shadows of history. The Wendigo, the Skinwalker, the Draugr. Which legendary beast should we hunt next? Tell me in the comments below. If you survived this story, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It helps us keep the fire burning against the darkness. Until next time, stay safe and watch your step.